All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. So what we have today is finally an update on the Ninja course. So this is what we started off with. If you remember from the last few episodes, what we had was we had the original Monkey Bars course with the net. You can see those videos up here if you haven't caught them already. Or that video. The second part that we had was the addition of the pegboard here. Again, I've got those as cards linked up here, so if you'll see, they'll pop up on your screen if you're interested in looking at those. Today, finally, I got around to editing our rings course. So this is what I'm calling our rings course over here on this side. So what my son wanted was something to be able to take rings and go rung to rung, essentially. So what I've got is I've got alternating rings, and what he ended up doing with these was he's working on the rings, which is tough, and I'll get to that in a moment because I overbuilt just a little bit on something, and I'll tell you that in just a moment. But what he can do is he can go hand to hand alternating, similar to Monkey Bars. He can go one-sided, which he's really enjoying, and I've spaced them far enough where he can actually jump from one to the other. Okay, so he's really enjoying that, and he's working on the rings. He could do the rings if I would change one thing, which I'll get to later. So bear with me. So this is what we ended up doing, and let me just walk you through it. As I go through this, keep in mind my version that I ended up building looks a little bit different than this. I think I only have 5 rungs where this one has 6. The reason I did that is because I've got a tree in the way. I didn't feel like taking down an elm tree to be able to build this. So what I've got is I've got 6 rungs here. The one I'll show you in a video in just a moment is mine outside, which if you take a look up here in the right corner, I'll go ahead and show you some videos of the one I've got outside that we ended up building. But I've only got 5 rungs. So let me tell you what I've got, and then I'll tell you what I would recommend for you to do differently. I did learn a good bit about this on my end, so hopefully it will save you if you're interested in building this on your own. So what I did is I built this all out of 3/4 inch steel pipe. And you can get it at any plumbing supply hardware store. You can even get it at Lowe's or Home Depot or any big box store. You just go back into the plumbing section. You get the 3/4 inch steel, this black looking steel. They will cut it, they will thread it for you. Depends on who you get, whether or not they can thread it well. I ended up doing some of it myself because I've done it before. It's not hard, but they will cut it, they will thread it. One thing I would recommend to do on this, you can buy, you'll see that I've got a bunch of shorter lengths here. So what I would recommend is buying longer lengths and then cutting them in the store to meet your parts list. You will save a ton of money by doing this. So buy them long, cut them short. If you buy a bunch of short pieces, you're going to spend a ton of money more than what you need to. So buy them long, cut them short. They don't charge you anything to cut them and thread them. Cutting and threading is free. Buying short ones, you will end up paying probably 4 or 5 times as much because somebody at the factory cut them and thread them for you. Buy a 10-foot section, cut it short. Okay, that's my recommendation starting off. So what I did is I just ended up, I got a bunch of these, as you'll see, I got a bunch of these T's. Okay, so something coming in, something coming in, something going out, and then another thing going at a 90. That's what I used to build my rungs here. I ended up using a bunch of these T's. I used 1, 2, 3, 4. For me, I used 5. Here it's 6. And then one going down here, I used an elbow. What am I doing? There you go. I used an elbow here to go down just on a 90, and then I used T's down here to get my little steps. Okay, so there we go. So I used a T there, short one coming out, a 90-degree elbow, and then another one going down. So here's what I would recommend. As you see these down here, these are not water containers. This is ground level, okay? So if nothing else, I would recommend 100% you have to put these in concrete. Otherwise, it's just not going to be strong enough to hold. The pipe itself is fairly strong, but if it's not held in concrete, it's not going to stay. So I ended up doing, I think these are 18-inch diameters and 2 feet deep. Okay, so these are 2 foot deep holes filled with concrete. I ended up doing 2 bags of concrete per hole, so I ended up doing a total of 6 bags of concrete there. It works out really well. One thing I have to recommend to you. Okay, so here are my lessons to be learned. All right, so number 1, buy it long, cut it short. Number 2, you have to have everything pre-assembled, because the way the threads work, all right, the way these threads work, you'll screw this one on, but it will loosen this one. Okay, so this is a positive, this is a negative. So you've got to have everything together. And let me stress this, it has to be tight. If it's not tight, it will loosen when the kids start playing on it. And once it starts to loosen, this whole thing goes to pot. So that's my lesson. All right, I learned that the hard way up here. So I put everything together to what I thought was fairly tight. And I tried to do Loctite on it. The problem with it is I didn't tighten it enough with actual tools, with pipe wrenches. And then once my son got up there, it started to come apart. This one started to twist this way, and when this one twisted, it untwisted this one. So one would tighten, one would loosen, one would tighten, one would loosen, one would tighten. It just became such a mess. And then you're dealing with it after it's already in concrete. You cannot do anything once everything's already in concrete. So as you see, mine looks pretty nasty right now. I'll show you the video up here again. As you take a look at these videos, you'll see I had to go back. I've got a crappy little welder I bought on Amazon. It doesn't do a great job. I didn't buy the cast iron specific wires. So it did its best job I could get it to do. But I had to go back and weld all of my seams here. All of these joints, you'll see, whoops, overshot the mark. All of these joints, I had to go back and weld them. It is my contention that if you tighten everything really sturdy to begin with and use Loctite, I'm assuming it will work to stay together, okay? I'm not saying everybody has to go out and get a welder to weld these things, but I had to because I didn't tighten it enough to begin with, all right? So that's lesson number 2. Lesson number 1 is buy it long, cut it short. Lesson 2, tighten everything as tight as you can get it before you put it in concrete, okay? Number 3, my third lesson, I would recommend at least something a little step out here that's in concrete. If you can figure out a way, have another T right here up high, come off and come down into the ground. That would be such a benefit for the kids, because as it is with 3/4 pipe, you could try 1 inch. It might be better. I'm not sold on it, but it might be better. The problem with it is you have a lot of lateral force up here. Okay. Again, I learned this the hard way. Learn from my mistakes. Once the kid is going here to here to here to here, and they're swinging back and forth, there's a lot of lateral stress going this way and this way. Okay, and so your poles will start to sway, and I'm hoping it's strong enough. I put in the longest screws I could possibly put in on my flange joint up here to join this. Okay, again, that's my flange joint. I put in 4 screws. They're 4 really long, very strong construction screws. I'm hoping they're going to hold, and I think they will. But what I would recommend is coming as high as you can get it, because I can't find a 4-way that would be the right angle. So I would just come in, put another T up here at, 3/4 of the way up, come off, and then go down and sink another pole in the ground. That way you're going to have the lateral stability that you need. Okay. Otherwise, it gets a little flimsy. So I would recommend, if you're going to do 3/4, definitely do the pole coming off. If you're going to do 1 inch, think long and hard about how strong that 1 inch pipe is. Okay. So that's lesson number 3. Number 1, buy it long, cut it short. Number 2, tighten everything before you go in. Number 3, make sure you get some sort of lateral stability on it, either that being 1 inch pipe or some lateral stabilizer up here. Okay. Those are my lessons for you. Learn from my mistakes. My son still, that's another thing. The last thing I want to say, I've got these out at 18 inches right now. So my lateral rungs here, these are at 18 inches. So I will say, for my son who's 7, he's a tall 7, he's a big kid. These are a bit too long for him. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut about 2 inches off, and I'm going to have them at about 16 inches, I think. So I think somewhere between 12 and 16 inches for most kids would be a good length for these lateral rungs. I think 18 inches is just too long. As you'll see here at the end, I'm going to scroll through a parts list for you and take a look at it. It's a lot of pipes that are, sorry, I've got the dog in the background, roughing up the carpet. But I would recommend these lateral pipes to be, like I said, between 12 and 16 inches at the very longest. 18 inches for my son. His arms just aren't long enough to get off of this onto this continuously back and forth. It's too much for his little arms. So I think 12 to 16 inches would be something that would be doable for the kids, and something that would be achievable for them to where they can have fun doing it and not just get ridiculously frustrated. Okay, so those are my lessons for you. This is it. Here comes the parts list. If you like this style of content, let me know down in the comments. I know I've got several videos. I mentioned them earlier. What I will do is I will go ahead and link them again if you missed them in the beginning. I'll put the other videos that I made for the main structure, the cargo net, and the pegboard. I'll link them here at the end of the video. If you had success doing something like this, please let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you've done. Let me know what your next project might be. And another thing, down in the down in the description, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link for 2 different types of rings. We went with the poly rings instead of the wooden ones, simply because I knew my son would leave them outside. They're not as easy on his little hands. They're not as good, I think, but they're durable, which, let's face it, the sons that we all have, they're going to leave stuff outside. The daughters that we have may be a little more responsible, but kids are going to leave stuff outside. So that's why I went with the plastic ones. They're durable, but they're tough on the kids' hands. So consider the wooden ones if you're willing to bring them in all the time. If not, I would go with the polymer ones, and just get ready. They're going to get some blisters out of it. But this is what we've got. Thank you for watching. Here are the videos. Leave a comment down below if you like the content. Be sure and like the video. I appreciate you watching. Thank you everyone for your patience in my getting this out. I've gotten other videos out in the time that it took me to get this out, but it just takes me a while, to get these out. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching. We will see you on the next video.